Ni hao, guten Tag and hello. Welcome back to Invest with Dietmar. The cost of every investment in properties are determined by the purchase and later during the term of validity. Therefore, I will tell you something about this today. To purchase a property in Germany is strongly regulated, but the procedure is easy. In every case, you have to sign a contract with a notary if the building and the plot belong together. This is normal. Only if the investor is already the owner of the plot, the contract for the building need no force, the verification by a notary. For the land registry office, it is only important who is the actual owner of the plot and the owner in future. If the person will change, then a notary is necessary, because otherwise the land registration will not work. The same is also needed for every mortgage or other rights which have to record in the land charge register. What kind of cost do you have to pay for it and how much? It depends on the area in Germany. Every area in Germany can do its own fee policy, but the list is manageable. For the notary contract and the other work from the notary, you can calculate 1 to 1.5% from the purchase price. For the register of a mortgage and all fees from the court and land registry office, you have to calculate 0.5 to 0.75% of the purchase price. The unique land transfer will be between 3 to 6.5% of the purchase price. For the property agent, you have to calculate 3.57 to 7.14%. That is normally all. Further possible fees from the bank are unaccounted. After the investor becomes the owner of the German property, the monthly or yearly operation cost will start. It differs if the property will be used by your own or for renting. Mostly it will be an investment and the tenant will pay a lot of the operation costs. But there are some costs which have to be paid only directly by the owner of the property and also some costs which the owner has to pay alone. Every property needs insurance against fire, water and so on. If the investor needs a mortgage, his insurance is a must. The waste collection and cleaning the street are also costs which have to be paid directly by the owner. The working of the chimney sweep also costs one time a year. She will control the heating. Furthermore, all other insurance for the property. For example, public liability insurance to protect against the march of accidents by snowfall. Very important is the real estate tax, which is requested by the city or by the county. All these costs are first paid by the owner of the property, but the owner will get back this cost by the tenant, namely in advance together with the renting. But the owner has to make a statement to the tenant about this cost one time a year. The owner has to calculate this cost very carefully and not too high or too less. The difference of paying back to the tenant or the tenant paying the owner depends on the result of this statement. It requires a little bit of experience and know how to calculate this cost right at the beginning. Mostly a project manager will do it for the investor, or the owner will check the expected cost before. The following costs are only to be paid by the owner. These are the costs for the project manager, between 30 to 50 euro per month and per project, and the cost for maintenance and repair, deduction and savings. These costs are less by new buildings and higher by existing buildings. All other costs, including gas, water, waste, water, sewage, elevator, TV, internet, house cleaning, garden, concierge and so on, have to be paid by the tenant. Either to the owner in advance together with the renting or directly from the tenant to the different organizations. Mostly the owner will transfer the advance paying costs directly to the project manager, who will organize all payments and statements, including the yearly statement for the tenant. Every property has a different cost about the kind of heating, the energy cost and the different costs from the government. It makes sense to order a project manager to manage this all. The experience of project managers and also the experience with the tenants help a lot to have a quiet investment. If you use a property on your own, then you have to pay all this cost. The costs are named Betriebskosten, or in English operating cost in German. You can calculate between 1.70 to 2.50 euro per square meter monthly for your property. But this includes all operative cost. It depends on yourself how much operation cost you use. This was a lot of detailed information today. Thank you very much for watching. Don't hesitate to contact me for any inquiries. See you next week. Ciao, ciao.